RF1 GT by Rewaco. Contrary to other manufacturers, this trike was developed entirely from the ground up using the mechanical and design components of a vehicle and a motorcycle. It is not a motorcycle that has been converted into a tricycle. The Rewaco tricycle is bigger than comic size and has a smoky back tire, which brings to mind Ed Roth's well-known hot rod designs from the 1960s. One such outrageously designed cartoon invention that was introduced to the streets was the RF1 tricycle. The Rewaco tricycle is enormous in size. At 11 feet 4 inches, 3,410 millimeters, long and 6 feet 3 inches, 1,880 millimeters, broad. Impressively, the dry weight is 1,300 pounds, 589 kilograms. Since the cyclist cannot lift or push any weight, the statistic is rather meaningless. The gearshift seems to be a factory-installed component of the Focus and is situated in the middle of what appears to be a fuel tank, but is actually a secure compartment behind the driver's seat. You must remove one hand from the bar, depress the foot clutch, then rotate the stick to change gears. When operating a vehicle, however, you must use the opposite hand to change gears since you are unable to remove your right hand from the accelerator. It is fundamentally different from what you are used to and appears like there is a lot to remember. You won't have to push this automobile out of a small parking space since the transmission shifts smoothly, the clutch has a strong pull, and it has a reverse gear. It was unusual to put the car in reverse and accelerate to leave the parking lot. The Rewaco trike is incredibly maneuverable when driving. Due to the extremely low seat height, the steering feels light, and compared to other three-wheelers, there is very little sideways push while cornering. The right rear wheel will ride up the curb if you do too many turns, just like when driving a sidecar rig. Due to the machine's wider width, which is more than that of many automobiles, you must also keep in mind to stay in the middle of your lane. If you go too far from the center, the left wheel will start to wiggle. With a seat that feels like one from a vehicle, lots of back support, and virtually infinite legroom, traveling for hours is comfortable. Passengers sit up high with a clear view of the driving helmet thanks to footrests along with handrails that support the position. This rider's feet are kept off the road by side racks that are positioned horizontally, offering a variety of leg configurations. In the RF1, the tiny wind deflector further obstructs the pilot's line of sight since the seat is so low that the pilot must physically squint between the bars to view the road. The tricycle seems glued to the road because to the low seating position, which is fantastic from a center of gravity perspective. Only on small roads with abrupt descents, where you must constantly look up and down to see where you are going, can it become an issue. The road will then vanish from view. The cyclist won't, however, be exposed to the wind. Although you won't be far from the road, it's a good idea to wear a full-face helmet because you'll be riding through the city right up against the car's bumper and exhaust. The front and rear disc calipers are connected by a single foot pedal that is used for brakes. Step on the pedals as hard as you wish since the trike controls the dynamics of the brakes. This motorbike is not for you if you don't like being the center of attention. People will stop you and ask for photos, make remarks, and collect their families. Its extravagant styling, which includes 6 headlamps positioned on the front, a long rake, a swooping fiberglass body with a rear wing, fat, low tires, and exhaust tips, contributes significantly to its appeal. This bike is anything from straightforward, but both iron horse riders and non-riders of motorcycles like it. Rewaco trikes are pricey. The RF1 GT variant costs $41,500. The parts are, nevertheless, of high quality. The front-end engineering is outstanding, the fiberglass body and paint are flawless, and there are plenty of billet aluminum parts.